So this is a story about how I just got rid of 7 boxes of books and then proceeded to try and not have that many books after the fact. Yeah. So today I'm sharing a bit about book minimalism. And to go with the theme, I am the most minimal on camera. I have not done my eyebrows. I am wearing my university hoodie. It's all very minimal. So basically like how I got my book collection, like since I was a teenager, I always read, I always got books. My mom bought me books. And by the end of university, during which I moved every year, so I had 4 years of university, 1 year of college, and at the end of it, I had 7 boxes of books in my mom's garage, and she was like, "Get this out of my garage. Take your books and do something with them." And because I had moved so often, I didn't want to drag those books with me to my new place. So what I did, like I started going through the books. I had like a manga collection. I had so many different books. And what I realized was that I hadn't read any of these books. I hadn't cared that I didn't read them. I hadn't tried to get to them at any point in those 5 years. And so I realized I didn't need them. And because I had been moving every year, like I'd really been trying to embrace more minimalism, I didn't want to have all of this shit, essentially. I no longer wanted to have stuff. And the thing about me that's like important to note about this is that I don't reread. I don't reread books ever. So when I read a book, if I'm keeping it, it's just because I want to keep it physically, because I'm never going to read it. Even if it's my favorite book, I just won't. I get bored, so I just don't do it. So I took my 7 boxes of books down to BMV, that's Books Music Video in Toronto, and I sold everything. I sold everything for a cool $150. I don't know what I did with that money. Immediately spent it, probably. But that was it. My books were gone, and from there on, I bought a Kindle, and I bought my books ebook, or I bought audiobooks, and I made a concentrated effort to not buy any physical books. The only physical books I was really buying were cookbooks. Cookbooks are my physical book weakness. I love to have me some cookbooks. I like to take it home. I like to flip through it. So I have like 20 cookbooks that I have in my collection, and I have right now 52 physical books that are like fiction and nonfiction books. I'd prefer to only have 30 physical books and like 10 cookbooks. So that's my ultimate goal. But yeah, so I had ended up with that smaller collection. It's been a bit more challenging lately to be a book minimalist. And why that is because I keep going to book events and writer events, and now my friends are writing books. So when I go to my friend's launch, I'm gonna buy their book because I want to support them and I want to read their book. I could read it in another form, but because I'm there at their launch and I want to support them, and obviously I want to get it signed, I buy their book there. And also BookCon. BookCon, I got a lot of ARCs, and that made me have like a collection of books. And Penguin Random House, I've gone to some of their events and they give out ARCs too. And my problem is that I've had a hard time telling people no to their face to not give me an ARC, or giving back an ARC when someone has already handed it to me. It's not because I want to possess that ARC, it's because I literally just feel like it would be rude to just give it back to them. So I'm trying to get a lot better at that and like not accept ARCs that I don't truly want to read. Something I'm also doing to help with my book minimalism is I've stopped getting personalizations on ARCs. So I went to a Chapters Newmarket event. Tara Sim was giving out 3 ARCs of Scavenge the Stars there. She gave me one, which I'm so happy about, grateful. And I asked her to not put a personalization so that if I wanted to pass it on to someone later, it wouldn't have my name in it. That's something I'm worrying about. Like the books I got from BookCon, I'm pretty sure half of them I'm gonna end up passing on. And now they all have my name in it. And it's just like, I could have like maybe passed it on to a teenager that actually did want to keep it forever. And now my name's in it. So like, that's what I don't want to do anymore. So that's something I'm gonna start doing. But essentially, like, what I try and do is like every year at the very least, I try and take stock of all the books I have and get rid of a bunch. I really just don't like to possess a lot of stuff. I don't like to have a lot of stuff. Like, I think it's so pretty when I look on Bookstagram and people have this like rainbow of books. Like, I think that's so pretty, but it also gives me so much anxiety. Like, I panic. I'm like, wow, what if you ever have to move? Like, you're gonna have to take all those books with you. Like, you're gonna have to like, it causes me so much panic. And even like stuff, like I am like in all facets, I try and be a minimalist and have like very few stuff. And so I try and throw out things when I acquire new things. I Marie Kondoed all my clothes last December. I'm probably gonna do it again this December. So I feel panic whenever people have a lot of stuff, period. And that's part of like the whole journey of why I'm a book minimalist now. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm at my house in Timmins. I have 20 books here. Most of them are like my older books, so I've actually read a lot of them. So I'm doing an unhaul now, and I'm just gonna get rid of ones that I like have and I don't want anymore, or like have and I haven't read and I know I'm not gonna read, so I don't need it. So yeah, let's get into the unhaul. This is like from the collection of books I have in Timmins in our house. This is like where I keep most of like my old books because I brought them from when I moved in Toronto all the way up here. And the books I have in Toronto now are basically all books that I got at BookCon or like events since I've moved to Toronto in a year. It's been so many, so I really need to get rid of some. So I'm starting here. So the Lovecraft Compendium, The Sound and the Fury, and Brave New World. Brave New World, this is the second time I'm buying and not reading Brave New World. So these were like a while ago, like years ago. They were 3 for $10 at Indigo, and I liked that the covers were like really cool and minimalist, so I bought them. I've never read them, so they just need to be sold. This next one is Shame by Salman Rushdie. When I was in university, my last year, which was 2013, by the way, we were doing a post-colonial lit class, and our professor like talked so often about Shame by Salman Rushdie that I was like, oh, I gotta go out and buy this and read it. And of course, I've never read it, so there's that. The Fire in Fiction. I remember when I was starting writing, I honestly used this a lot to help me. And I like got a lot of good things out of it. I don't remember anymore what I learned from it, but I know I got good things out of it. So that was it. But I don't look at it anymore. So I don't really see the point in keeping it. And I have a lot of other writing books now that I use more frequently. And so I think I'd rather just stick with those. Palo Alto by James Franco. I've actually read this one, shockingly. I've read it. The short stories were all right. James Franco is gross. So yeah, I don't really need it. I liked the cover a lot. I liked having Emma Roberts on the cover, though she's also kind of problematic a bit now. So that needs to go. The Nest. I bought this so long ago because I love the cover so much. I think it's so pretty. I love the cover so much, and so I bought it, and then I didn't read the physical book. I actually got the audiobook and I listened to that, and then it was like it actually had problematic elements in it that really annoyed me because it was such a good book otherwise. It was just like there were like problematic racial things that happened that I wasn't particularly pleased about. Like the representation of the singular Black character didn't really make me feel warm fuzzies. So yeah, gonna unhaul that. And last one, Me Before You. I actually have this one. This one is signed. I believe this one is signed and personalized too, so yep, signed and personalized. This one I really liked when I read it, but then after like listening to disabled people about kind of the rhetoric of the book and like the harmfulness of the singular narrative, I kind of lost some love for it, and I don't really feel like I need to have it anymore. So I'm gonna unhaul it. So yeah, that's the whole unhaul. That was pretty fast. It's because in Timmins I only have how many books do I have here? 20 books. 30 books or 30 books? 20 books I have here. So I just got rid of those. So now I don't have as many books here, which is awesome. I think I'm gonna try and get rid of maybe a few cookbooks even. Those are the fiction books I'm getting rid of. That is my unhauling. That's really it for this book unhaul and book minimalism chat. If you ever wanna like hear me talk more about like having a small book collection or like how to like pare down your books or anything like that, just comment and let me know. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post every Tuesday and Friday. Friday videos are only 5 minutes, and I mostly talk about, like, this is mostly an AuthorTube channel, though I am trying to do a bit more book stuff. So I mostly talk about like writing and publishing. I also have a book about Black witches coming out in summer 2021. So if you're interested in knowing more about that at all, you can visit the link below to add it to Goodreads. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video and have a great day. Bye.